He was 72 years old. One morning, like any other, he woke up and began his usual routine in the bedroom, a habit he had always believed to be harmless, masturbating to start the day. But this time, just a few minutes in, his heart began to race. His vision blurred, his limbs went weak, and then he collapsed. By the time medical personnel arrived, it was already too late. Many people still think of masturbation as a private, harmless act. In reality, the act itself isn't the problem. The problem lies in how and when you do it. Especially for men over 60, small habits in the morning, seemingly insignificant, can silently damage your health, affecting everything from your cardiovascular system and nervous system to your sexual performance and emotional well-being. I'm Dr. James, a urologist with over 10 years of experience helping older men better understand their sexual health and the changes that come with age. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 4 dangerous mistakes that many people make when masturbating in the morning. Mistakes that can overload your heart, constrict your blood vessels, and scramble signals in your brain, without you even realizing it. I'll also reveal the golden time of day when self-pleasure isn't just safe, but actually beneficial to your health. Watch the video all the way through, because this information could help you protect not just your masculinity, but your very life. 4 dangerous mistakes older men make when masturbating in the morning. 1. Masturbating on an empty stomach and when the body is dehydrated. Many men have the habit of waking up in the morning and immediately relieving their sexual urges. They believe this is harmless, even thinking it helps them feel refreshed and energized to start a new day. But in reality, this is a dangerous mistake, especially for those over 60 years old. After a long night's sleep, your body is actually in a rather fragile state. At this time, you're naturally dehydrated due to processes like breathing and sweating, and because you haven't consumed any fluids for several hours. At the same time, your blood sugar level tends to be low because you haven't eaten anything yet. Moreover, your cardiovascular system is also not yet fully stabilized. Upon waking, your heart rate, blood pressure, and blood circulation are still gradually adjusting back to normal levels. If you immediately masturbate in a state of hunger and dehydration, you're placing significant strain on your cardiovascular system. During orgasm, your heart rate spikes, blood vessels constrict, and blood rushes to the pelvic area. This means that both your brain and heart temporarily experience reduced blood supply. As a result, you might experience symptoms such as rapid heartbeat, palpitations, dizziness, blurred vision, lightheadedness, even collapse, sudden drop in blood pressure. In severe cases, it could lead to a transient ischemic attack, TIA, also known as a mini-stroke, or other dangerous medical emergencies, especially for men over 60 whose cardiovascular and nervous systems are less resilient than those of younger men. Suddenly putting your body under stress can lead to serious consequences you may not foresee. The solution is very simple but extremely important. Drink a glass of water right after waking up to replenish fluids lost overnight. Eat a light snack such as a piece of bread, some fruit, or yogurt to stabilize your blood sugar. Engage in gentle movement. Some light stretching, reaching exercises, or walking around the room can help stimulate blood circulation and warm up your body. Only after these preparatory steps, if you wish to relieve your sexual needs, your body will be more ready, safer, and better protected against dangerous risks to your heart and overall health. Remember, sometimes just a small change in your routine can save your life and help maintain your masculinity. 2. Using porn as morning stimulation. A habit that quite a lot of men have developed, especially in recent years, is turning on pornography as soon as they wake up. They believe this helps spark their sexual desire and gives them a jump start for an exciting new day. But in reality, this habit carries many hidden risks, particularly for men aged 60 and older. Biologically speaking, when you watch porn, your brain releases a large amount of dopamine, a neurotransmitter that brings feelings of excitement and pleasure. In younger people, the brain is still flexible, and occasionally immersing in such content doesn't always leave obvious consequences. However, the brain of older individuals is more sensitive to fluctuations in dopamine levels. Regularly using highly stimulating pornographic content in the morning can lead the brain to experience a kind of dopamine overdose, which results in several concerning outcomes. Gradually losing interest in real-life sex. The intense images and sounds in porn become the new standard of pleasure for the brain. When returning to real life, actual sexual encounters can feel bland, unexciting, and less attractive by comparison. Decreased sense of intimacy with one's partner. Sex isn't merely a physical act, it's also about emotional connection. Porn separates sex from emotional intimacy, causing men to view sex purely as a physical release, which can lead to coldness or distance in their relationships. Increased risk of sexual dysfunction. Numerous studies show that overconsumption of porn can cause issues like erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, or delayed ejaculation because the brain becomes programmed to respond only to the intense stimuli seen on the screen. The solution for protecting both your mental and sexual health is avoid using pornography as a form of sexual stimulation, especially in the morning when the brain is still sensitive and easily influenced. Choose more natural ways to spark desire, such as conversation, affectionate gestures, or peaceful, intimate moments shared with your partner. Remember, true sexuality is a blend of emotion, connection, and harmony. Don't let pornography steal that precious part of your life. 3. Masturbating while sitting, hunched over, and tensing muscles. A very common habit among men, especially older men or those living alone, is masturbating in a sitting position, leaning forward, squeezing their thighs tightly, or tensing their muscles. They often sit on the edge of the bed or on a chair, keeping their upper body hunched over to focus more intensely on the sensations of arousal. However, this posture is extremely unhealthy for the pelvic region and for sexual function overall. Physiologically, when you lean forward, bend your abdomen, and clench your thigh muscles, the blood vessels and nerves in the pelvic area become compressed. This leads to several consequences. Reduced blood circulation to the penis. Insufficient blood flow makes it difficult for the penis to achieve optimal erection firmness. If this situation occurs repeatedly, the risk of developing erectile dysfunction increases significantly. Numbness or decreased sensation in the genital area. When nerves are compressed for prolonged periods, their ability to transmit pleasurable signals diminishes, reducing sexual pleasure or making it harder to reach orgasm. Added pressure on the pelvic floor muscles. Frequently tensing these muscles can cause them to become overly tight, leading to pelvic pain, difficulty urinating, frequent urination, or even pain during sexual intercourse. The solution for protecting sexual health is to change your masturbation posture. A safer approach includes lying on your back and gently supporting your hips with a small pillow. This position allows the pelvic region to open up, promotes better blood flow, and reduces pressure on the nerves. Keeping your body relaxed and avoiding muscle tension. Deep breathing and consciously relaxing your thigh and abdominal muscles will make the experience more comfortable, natural, and safer. Remember, proper posture not only enhances pleasure, but also helps preserve your long-term sexual health. Don't let habitual positions cause harm to your body. 4. Feelings of guilt and shame after masturbation. A silent but very common issue among men, especially older men, is the feeling of guilt or shame after masturbating. Many carry with them pressures from religion, tradition, or old-fashioned beliefs that consider masturbation a sinful, dirty act that must be hidden. Additionally, those experiencing loneliness or emptiness due to the loss of a partner or living alone are even more prone to negative emotions after each instance of self-pleasure. They might blame themselves, feel dirty, or fear it will harm their health. But in reality, masturbation is a completely natural human behavior. It only becomes a serious problem when it's overshadowed by feelings of guilt and shame. Physiologically, guilt and shame trigger the body to release cortisol, the stress hormone. When cortisol remains elevated for prolonged periods, it leads to several consequences. Reduced testosterone levels. This is a crucial hormone for male sexual health. Low testosterone can result in decreased libido, erectile dysfunction, and an overall decline in health. Increased blood pressure. Stress causes blood vessels to constrict and the heart to beat faster, raising the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Memory decline and fatigue. Prolonged high cortisol levels negatively impact the brain, leading to reduced concentration, forgetfulness, and feelings of exhaustion or depression. Anxiety and insomnia. These negative mental fixations can spill over into daily life, leaving men living in constant worry and eroding their self-confidence. The most important solution is to change how we perceive masturbation. Understand that masturbation is not inherently bad. It only becomes problematic when it's excessive or interferes with daily life. Appreciate and respect your own body and emotions. Masturbation is a natural part of human sexual needs, helping relieve stress and bringing pleasurable sensations. Create a positive, non-judgmental environment. If possible, share your feelings with a doctor, mental health professional, or someone you trust to help ease the emotional burden. Remember, loving yourself, including in matters of sexuality, is an essential part of both physical and mental health. Don't let guilt and shame harm you from within. The ideal time for masturbation. Why you should choose between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. One crucial factor that many people often overlook when it comes to masturbation, especially older men, is the timing. Not every moment is suitable for both the body and mind to be ready. Sexual health experts recommend that the time frame from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., late afternoon to early evening, is considered the ideal period for this activity. Why choose this time frame? The body is alert, hydrated, and energized. After a full day of activity, your body has gone through its main meals and has replenished the necessary energy and hydration levels. Unlike the early morning, there's no longer a risk of low blood sugar or dehydration. This significantly reduces the chances of sudden drops in blood pressure, dizziness, or fatigue during masturbation, particularly important for older men or those with cardiovascular issues. The cardiovascular system is more stable. After a midday nap and moderate physical activity in the afternoon, your circulatory system is fully warmed up. Heart rate and blood pressure have returned to stable levels, avoiding the significant fluctuations seen upon waking in the morning when the cardiovascular system is still half asleep. Lower cortisol levels and a more relaxed mind. Morning hours are typically when cortisol, the stress hormone, is at its peak, making people more prone to tension and anxiety. By late afternoon and early evening, cortisol levels begin to drop, allowing for a more relaxed and stress-free mindset. This makes masturbation feel more comfortable, natural, and less burdened by excessive worry or pressure. Testosterone levels start to rise again. In men, testosterone levels have two peaks during the day, one in the early morning and another smaller but still significant peak in the late afternoon. Therefore, between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m., testosterone begins to rise, helping boost sexual arousal. This explains why masturbating at this time may result in more satisfying orgasms and fewer issues with reduced libido. Less guilt and shame. Psychologically, morning hours are often filled with planning, stress, and the feeling that one should be doing something else, which can trigger guilt if time is spent masturbating. Late afternoon and evening, however, mark the end of the workday, bringing a sense of relief and freedom, making it easier to enjoy personal needs without intrusive thoughts of guilt or obligation. Benefits of masturbating between 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Increased pleasure. When your mind is relaxed, testosterone is at a moderate level, and blood circulation is good, it's easier for men to reach orgasm. Less guilt. Your mind is free from the pressures of work and everyday worries. Good for cardiovascular and mental health. Masturbation at this time can become a stress-relieving activity, helping you relax and improving sleep quality at night. In summary, masturbation isn't just a physical need. It can bring significant health benefits if done correctly and at the right time. And the time frame from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. is the golden window that allows you to enjoy this safely and comfortably. Remember, loving yourself, even in matters of sexuality, is a way to protect both your mental and physical health. Final message of the video. Self-sexuality, a right to be enjoyed by older men. There's a truth many people feel shy to admit. Masturbation is not wrong. It's a natural part of human sexual life, even for older men. However, what matters most is how we approach this practice, not merely for momentary pleasure, but for health, confidence, and long-term happiness. The first thing to understand clearly is that there's nothing shameful about masturbation. It does not cause sexual dysfunction or drain your sexual energy, as some outdated myths suggest. Instead, when practiced at the right time, in the right way, and with a positive mindset, masturbation can bring many benefits for both physical and mental health. The right time. Early mornings are generally not ideal, as the body may still be dehydrated, blood sugar levels low, and the cardiovascular system unstable. Instead, the period between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. is ideal. By this time, the body is well hydrated, has sufficient energy, hormone levels are more balanced, and the mind is more relaxed. Masturbating during this window reduces the risk of cardiovascular strain, sudden drops in blood pressure, or fatigue. The right technique. Many older men tend to masturbate in positions that involve hunching over, squeezing their thighs, or tensing up their bodies. This posture can compress blood vessels and nerves in the pelvic region, leading to numbness or even contributing to erectile dysfunction. The solution is simple. Lie on your back, place a small pillow under your hips to gently elevate them, keep your pelvis open, and relax your body. This improves blood circulation, enhances pleasure, and keeps the experience safe. A positive mindset. A significant number of men over 60 still carry feelings of guilt, shame, or are haunted by religious or societal beliefs that masturbation is dirty or disgraceful. In reality, masturbation is simply a way for individuals to explore and nurture their own sexual lives. Viewing it through a positive lens can boost confidence, self-love, and reduce feelings of loneliness. The goal of all these insights is clear: to protect physical health, reduce stress, balance hormones, and improve sleep quality, to maintain confidence and preserve a sense of control over one's body and sexual life, to foster a stronger connection with oneself, which can also help deepen connections with a partner or others around you. Men over 60 absolutely still have sexual desires, and they deserve to enjoy a safe, healthy, and non-judgmental sexual life. Don't let age or old-fashioned beliefs make you miss out on a natural and deeply valuable part of life. Remember, loving yourself and caring for your sexual needs is also part of taking care of your health. Live happily, live healthily, and never feel ashamed to talk about your own natural desires, because you truly deserve complete happiness, including in your sexual life.